Chapter 29. Even if I sell you, you're not worth 10 billion. At 5 in the afternoon, Su Wan Ci returned to the Hua Ting Residence, thinking about the 10 billion breach of contract penalty. She opened her phone's contact list and dialed a number with a specific note. Due to the time difference between the country and overseas, it was around 9 in the morning at the other end. The phone was picked up after just a couple of beeps. Subsequently, a warm and smiling voice came through the line. "Little junior sister?" Hearing the familiar tone, Su Wan Ci's lips curved. "Senior brother, are you busy?" On the other end, there were a few indistinct voices followed by the sound of a door opening. After the door closed, all voices ceased. "Not busy." Has my little junior sister finally remembered that she has a senior brother? Zi Yanming entered an empty laboratory, leaning against a piece of equipment, teasing with a light laugh. Su Wan Ci's eyes darkened slightly, her tone unchanged. "Senior brother, I need your help with something. Go ahead." Zi Yanming readily agreed. "Senior brother will definitely assist you." Su Wan Ci opened the speakerphone, placed her laptop on the nearby desk, and turned it on while saying, "Senior brother, there are some academic research materials I compiled on my office computer. Can you transfer them for me?" "No problem." Zi Yanming immediately headed to Su Wan Ci's previous office. At the desk, he entered the password and powered on the computer, casually asking, "Little junior sister, I thought you were working in the country now. Why do you have time for research?" Su Wan Ci explained. "My workload at Hualien Hospital isn't that heavy, so I have a lot of free time. I'm thinking of completing the academic reports I organized earlier and then submitting them for publication." Zi Yanming packaged all the files on the desktop and sent them to Su Wan Ci. "Little junior sister, receive them." Su Wan Ci input her account to receive the files from Zi Yanming. On the computer screen, a progress bar appeared, indicating the percentage of file transfer. Through the microphone, Zi Yanming suddenly asked, "Little junior sister, are you facing any difficulties?" Su Wan Ci's fingers on the mouse stiffened for a second, but soon they returned to normal. "None at all, senior brother. Why are you asking? 10 days ago." Guess who eagerly returned to the country to find her Fu Jing Zhou. Furthermore, she tossed aside all the painstakingly organized reports, saying she's not going to burden herself with academic research anymore. Yet now, a few days later, you're ready to publish papers again. "Little junior sister, tell me honestly, do you need money?" Zi Yanming and Su Wan Ci had known each other for several years overseas, and during their master's and PhD studies, they were both under the same advisor. They conducted academic research together, performed medical experiments together, and Zi Yanming had long since figured out his junior sister's temperament. Before returning to the country, she had told him personally that she might not touch these academic research materials for the next few years. She and Fu Jing Zhou had missed each other for so many years now that she was finally back in the country. She wanted to stay by Fu Jing Zhou's side. Furthermore, her previous publications and academic journals were merely to secure funding for the laboratories, experiments, so the only reason she could think of for her sudden decision to publish again was that she needed money. Through the microphone, Su Wan Ci's gentle voice spoke, "I've been abroad for so many years. Returning to my hometown makes me feel uncomfortable." Pausing for a moment, she added, "I probably won't need more than 3 years to return to you all." Zi Yanming's fingertips tightened. "Little junior sister, don't be polite with senior brother. Just let me know the breach of contract penalty, and I'll cover it for you." Su Wan Ci smiled and did not accept. Instead, she replied, "Senior brother, publishing one paper costs millions. With such a high breach of contract penalty, senior brother doesn't need to step in." Zi Yanming, I appreciate your flattery." The transmission progress on the computer screen reached 100%, and Zi Yanming closed the computer saying, "All right, you handle the breach of contract penalty yourself. I won't intervene. But little junior sister, can you tell me how much the penalty is?" Su Wan Ci replied, 10 billion. 10 billion, Zi Yanming's voice raised to notches. "Little junior sister, Did someone fleece you? Su Wan Ci, Ziyaming, even if you were sold. You're not worth 10 billion. Su Wan Ci, feeling a bit overwhelmed, Su Wan Ci said, "All right. I'm hanging up, senior brother. Go back to your work." Ziyaming chuckled briefly. "All right. I won't tease you anymore. By the way, little junior sister, my teacher and I might be heading to Xiangcheng in a while. Really? Is the time set? Not yet, but probably soon. My teacher is worried about you being alone in Xiangcheng and insists on taking a look." The Yamming got up and started walking out but added, "We're working on an urgent medication research here. Once the results are out, my teacher and I will head over, okay?" Su Wan Ci saved the received files one by one. Her phone was nearby, on speaker mode the entire time. "I'll try to wrap up things in Xiangcheng as soon as possible. If everything goes smoothly, I'll come back abroad with you all." The last sentence surprised the Yanming a bit. He asked further, "After coming back, will you return to Xiangcheng?" "No," Su Wan Ci answered. "I have no relatives or connections here. I'm all alone. It's better to go back abroad and continue my academic research." Di Yanming chuckled. "Great. After you come back, my teacher and I will accompany you to strive for the peak of medical science. You won't be alone in the bedroom." Su Wan Ci was talking to Zi Yanming with a relieved heart, unaware that just beyond the slightly ajar door, a black-suited figure had been standing for quite a while. In the adjacent study room, sitting coldly behind the desk, Fu Jing Zhou leaned against the table. The room still and lit, the faint smoke blurred his lowered, dark eyes. The phone screen was lit, displaying the research materials Su Wan Ci had compiled over the years she had spent abroad. Liu Yu skimmed through the familiar information, his fingers gripping the phone growing progressively paler. He had always known that she didn't plan to stay here for long, but he didn't expect her to be so eager to leave.